I think by now most of you out there that watch my channel have seen my new flat dark earth SIG P320. This is the compact size. I bought this gun because I'm a really big fan of SIGs and I like the modular designs, and I wanted to give this a try as a carry gun since I've been trying to get a little bit more familiar with striker fired guns. Well, so far, other than a few minor slideware issues, I'm really liking this gun. In fact, I might be liking it a little bit too much. But there's one thing about it I really don't like much at all, and that is the trigger. And I'm not talking about the mechanical action of the trigger, I'm talking about the physical trigger itself. The trigger that SIG puts on these things is it's kind of bulky, it's kind of chunky looking, and it's got that really pronounced curve at the bottom that keeps your finger high on the trigger. And it makes it to where it's not a real natural reach for me as far as my finger being placed on the trigger is concerned. So I thought I would do something about that. So I went out and bought this. This is an Apex flat-faced action enhancement trigger. And this has a much flatter face on it, allows you to put your finger lower. So I'm going to put this in the gun and see if it makes much of a difference. Now, the first thing I want to do is get the FCU out of here, because as most of you know about the SIG P320s and the 250s, the frame is not the serialized part of the firearm. There's actually a firing control unit in here, as you can see through this little window here, that I need to get out, and that's what the trigger is attached to, and that's how I'll change the trigger. First, let's get it unloaded. The SIG Sauers tear down very easily. There you have it. It's out. Okay, so we're going to have to change the trigger right here. Now, I have never changed the trigger on one of these, so you might have to bear with me for a few minutes here. But from what I hear, it's pretty straightforward. It looks like it's going to be pretty easy. Okay, I've just got to get this trigger to slide up out of here, and I've got to undo this little bar right here to take the tension off of it, which means I got to take this spring off. So let's do that real quick. Wow, that popped off really easy. That's surprising. Usually these little springs are a pain in the ass. Okay, that should just allow this to flop forward or backwards, whichever way it's got to go. Which way does it got to go here? It's got to go backwards, yep. And the old trigger comes right out. Now, before I put the new trigger in, I'll show you the difference here. As you can see, this one is much slimmer and has a flat front on it. Doesn't have that real pronounced curve at the bottom like the old one here in my right hand. The new one in my left hand is just a much slimmer trigger, and that flat face is very noticeable. So let's go ahead and get it in the gun and see if it makes as much difference shooting it as it does just looking at it. All right, let's get this put back together. Now, I have put a little grease on this part, and let's slide it back in the way the other one slid out. Let's slide this up under there before we put it all the way in. And let's get it through the other side here. There it is in. Now let's get it positioned over here. Oh, that just kind of snapped into position, so that was easy. Now all we got to do is put the little spring back on. So just slide that back up under there and put this right in here. Should be easy. Ouch, god damn it, right under my thumbnail. Get under there. Then it comes out up here. God, motherfucker. All right, let's try this again. Mother. All right, there's the way it goes. Now let's flip it up like I did before. Fold it down under. I need a bigger hole. Never had to say that before. God damn, you get one side in, the other side comes out. Motherfucker. I can't get it in the little freaking hole. I know, that's what she said. It should just... God, under my fucking thumbnail again. And it fell out. God, I hate these little fucking springs when you gotta deal with these little fucking springs. Why can't they design these just a little bit better? I'm about to give up on this. I don't know if I'm ever going to get this thing back to fucking get... God damn it. It keeps going under my fingernail. Got that little sharp point on it. All right. I don't know if I'm ever going to get it in there. Oh, wait. Yep, I got it in. I actually got it in the hole kind of by mistake. Yes, I know. Once again, that's what she said. Okay, there we have it. The new trigger is installed. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So let's get this back into the gun, take it to the range, and see how it works. All right, I've got it back together. As you can see, it was really easy, and boy, it sure does look different. So let's take it to the range and see if it shoots as differently as it looks. Okay, a few hours has passed since I installed this trigger. My son and I are back from the range, and I have to say, this trigger is awesome. Now, I tried to get some footage of this gun at the range, but my son is not the world's greatest cameraman. I mean, he's actually gotten better. The last time he tried it, he just got like 3 minutes footage of my ass as I shot the gun. So at least this time he got the gun in frame. So he's getting better, but he's still not great. So you're just going to take my word for it that this trigger was amazing. The way this flat front is with that little lip at the bottom, you can ride your finger all the way to the bottom of it, get as much leverage as you want, ride your finger along the bottom of the trigger guard if you want to. It's just much more comfortable, gives it a much more natural reach for my finger. So overall, I'm going to have to give this trigger an A+. Now, a lot of people were telling me to put this in, and a lot of people, when they do that, I think, well, it's just hype. When that many people say something, it's usually just hype, something new. But I have to say, everyone was right about this trigger. It is awesome. It made a gun that was already, I would say, almost too good, even better. So if you've got a SIG P320 out there and you might not be that happy with the actual physical trigger in it, I suggest you buy one of these. I got this from eBay, I think for like $35, $38. Came in 2 days because eBay shippers are better than big manufacturer shippers, that's for sure. So it was definitely worth it. So if you've got a 320 and you want to make a little change to that trigger, I would highly recommend you pick up one of these Apex triggers and stick it in. I said stick it in. You ain't even my real dad.